Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick here at 716 Automotive, and today we're going to take off the window tint on my ZHP. All right, this will be a tutorial. We'll go step by step, show everyone how to take off your window tint. So the main reason why I'm taking off my window tint is because I'm from New York, and in order to pass state inspection, you need to take off your window tints. In New York State, you're not allowed to have window tint on any of the windows, but for our purposes here today, I'm just going to take off the window tint from the two front windows, the driver's side and the passenger side. Okay, so before we get started, we're going to need some tools. All right, the most important tool you're going to need is a heat gun. Right here, I have a Drill Master heat gun. Bought it from Harbor Freight for about $10. It's a great investment, and this is going to be your number one tool for this job. The second tool I recommend is a utility knife. This is going to be able to let you scrape off the tint from the glass. Okay. You can also use scrapers, which I have right here. I also have a small screwdriver, but my main tools are going to be the heat gun and my utility knife. Okay, now that we have all our tools lined up, the next job is to take off the tint. So in order to take off the tint, we have to heat up the glass. So we're going to heat up the glass, heat up the tint, okay, with our heat gun, and then we're going to use our utility knife to try to pry off one of the corners of the tint so we can get it going. Once we pry off one of the corners, it should be pretty easy from there. All you have to do is just keep the heat gun on the tint. You want to keep it warm. You don't want it to be too hot. You just want to keep it warm enough so that you can peel it off in one piece. That's the ultimate goal. Now, I believe there's 2 layers of tint here, so you want to make sure you take off both layers at the same time. If you take off one, then you're going to leave yourself with a big mess after. So the goal is just take it slow and easy, all right, and we'll get through this. So hang tight. Okay, so as you can see here, we're going to look at the edge of the window here. The edge of the window right around here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our utility knife, we're going to heat up the glass, and we're going to try to get a little piece of the tint, all right, and try to pry it off. Okay, this is how we're going to get it started. And then from there, we're going to keep working that tint, and we're going to try to take it all off in one piece. One more thing to note, when you're using the heat gun, be very careful when you're working around your interior materials because I'm not sure how hot this can get, but I know it can get pretty hot, maybe 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So you want to be really careful when you're working around leather or plastic trim pieces because it will just melt them right off. There we go, guys. One side done. Okay, moving on to the passenger side here, I'm going to go over a couple tips that I personally forgot when I was working on the driver's side. So when you are taking off the tint, you want to be very careful with it, but at the same time, you want to try to pull that tint off as quick as possible. I was scared it was going to rip, but that tint that's on there is actually pretty good tint, so it's pretty strong. So this side here, I'm going to try to pull off the tint a bit quicker, and I think it should be successful. So let's see what happens. Okay guys, done with the tint removal here on my ZHP tonight. As you can see, I did a much better job here removing the tint on the passenger side. Not much glue is left on it, just a little bit here on the top. Other than that, it looks really good. So the key here is, remember, when you're removing the tint, try to work as quickly as possible and try to take the sheet off in one sheet, okay? You don't want to leave little specks on your window, okay? I did that once, years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing. I should have watched a video on how to do it, but I just went at it. But you want to take it all off in one sheet. If you have to make it two, that's fine, but take it all at once. It'll make your life much easier, okay? Also, another tip here is when you're removing it, you don't want the temperature to be too hot. If the temperature is too hot, you're gonna leave a lot of the glue residue on your window, okay? If it's too cold, it's gonna rip. So you want it to be right in the middle, okay? Right in the middle is perfect. The glue residue will stay on the tint and it will come off with it. So then you'll leave your window nice and clean looking like that. So that's the key there. If you guys like these videos, please subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of content coming up in the near future. This car is going to go get inspected tomorrow. After that, we're going to do a full review on it, and we have many more reviews coming up in the near future. So please stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching.